2, 1, and we're live.
We're live. All right. Looks a little different tonight. We're working on technology stuffs, so bear with us. It'll probably shift as we go. Well, I don't know if they'll notice any changes. I know you're working on it, but I don't know if they'll notice any changes throughout the evening as
So
things
you're
get
saying there's a
adjusted.
lot of shift going on.
Yes, there's a lot of shift going on. We are currently down a player, waiting for him to arrive. He should be here. I would imagine he'll be here anytime now. So, we could go ahead and get started. And hopefully we won't get too far ahead before he joins us. So, welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. It's a little weird tonight, I know. If this is your first time joining us, we hope this isn't the final product, but, you never know what's going to happen. Please feel free to subscribe. That's the only way you can actually join the live chat that is going on, is to be a subscriber. So, what happened last week? I will tell you. Last week, the group finds themselves outside of Weirfall, looking at a rogue card, when there is a rumble coming from the ground. They saw a group of water sprites who seemed curious about something on the ground. The sprites then disappeared quickly when two men came out of the woods heading toward Weirfall. They noticed what was also on the ground and mentioned needing to alert the officials. At this point, the group recognizes the constructs that had led them into the sphere. After a brief discussion, they concluded that they were placed back into the material plane a week before they had left. They take a quick look around at the items that they picked up from Shaji and notice that they have aged approximately 500 years. Remembering Kosha had left Thrice about a week prior to their departure, they decide to take advantage of this time and head to the docks, hoping to catch her when she arrived. As they reach the docks, they see Lady Guerra's boat dock, and her, along with her guards and maid, departed and headed into the city. They were followed by 5 cloaked figures who also departed from the boat. Forsyth points out Kosha. Attempting to get Kosha away from the group, Kadeth sends in a Fey spirit and begins to lead her out. When another attempted to stop her, Forsyth shifts forms and charges in. Using this commotion, Kadeth cleared out most of the citizens from the area and attempted to keep Kosha safe. Forsyth, as a bear, took out most of the cloaked figures before losing his form and running into the alleys to change form again. Seeker asked to speak with Kosha after her duties were completed, which was agreed to, but that it would be about 4 days. Kadeth informed Kosha to keep the information quiet that she let him know that she would be killed if she didn't deliver. An invisible mage that could be seen by Evangeline and Seeker commanded Kosha to return to Lady Guerra. Fix then approached and introduced himself. Recognizing the name Trentson, she asked him to accompany her to the castle to discuss, the perils of clumping together. The rest of the group decided to follow at a distance. So that is where we are at. Yes, at a distance. And I saw you give me Did you have something to add to that, Evangeline? Oh, okay. It looked like you were going to say something. Okay. So that is where we're at. We are still inside the city. We are heading out of the city because they're moving. They're not just standing there. They're moving. They're heading out of the city to go north. Hey, there he is. And
Hello?
ooh.
Hello.
Okay. My phone because
Hola.
I had to buy a computer because I left my fucking charger at home.
Oh, man.
Return it, don't worry. It's just really annoying. I'm setting it up right now.
No worries.
So.
Defecation occurs.
All right.
Yes.
So, Fix is headed in with the lady, right?
Yep, you are within the square of guards.
Gotcha.
Like you're in there.
Fix will actually turn and look at each of them and give them a little bit of wave or a nod or some sort of acknowledgement. Those that are behind him, including Kosha, and give her like a not a wink, but just a kind of a knowing nod of his head. And then he'll look to Lady Gara. Is that right?
Yep.
Lady Gara. And what? It's in the evening, right?
No, it's morning.
Oh, it's morning. I thought
Morning
it.
has
Yeah.
broken.
Oh,
I thought it was morning anyway. Morning is broken.
I will
Yeah.
be following at a distance, but trying to kind of stay hidden.
okay.
Okay.
Then he'll look to Lady Gara and he'll be like, "So I just got off the boat. What's for breakfast?"
You didn't eat before you departed?
Have you tried boat food? Ugh.
Mine is quite pleasurable.
Well, not the boat that I came in on.
Well, you want to stop for breakfast then?
Oh, I figured we'd have breakfast at your place.
Oh, we have a little whiles to go before we reach my place.
How long's a little while?
2 days.
We're gonna walk 2 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I find the walk pleasurable.
Okay. I would say
Not much of a lady.
that is quite the walk.
It is quite the walk.
And hey, thanks to those boots, I can keep up.
Hey. Yeah, she'll keep walking out of the city. I mean, you coming with her, right?
Yeah. I suppose he looks back. Does he see Evangeline?
Yeah, he sees you. You're gonna see everybody there watching you and like, okay, kind of gathering themselves together to follow, but not too close. You know, like.
And laughing at the same time.
The rest
Yes,
of us are going,
Forsyth is laughing.
WTF, man.
Get a room.
You seem to be. She's gonna look at you. You seem to be squirming at the idea of walking for 2 days.
Well, yeah. I have little legs.
And yet you keep up with me just fine.
Yeah, I have to work twice as hard.
Shall I send a guard?
To where?
Fetch a wagon?
Um,
Or would you rather travel by horseback?
either way. They got longer legs than me, so it horseback is fine.
Alright. You reach the edge of the city.
Mhm.
And she looks at one of her guards. And she kind of motions to him. And he goes. He leaves. He's gone for about 20 minutes or so. Do you do anything in that time?
Probably make like small talk and everything like that. Hmm. If he sees Evangeline, are we like near some sort of shops at least or something like that?
Yeah, you would have passed shops and whatnot, but yeah, there's some things like near the city gate. For
Yeah.
sure.
Something that would give Evangeline a reason to be there.
Well, sure, Evangeline can be there however. Evangeline can always find a reason to be somewhere.
Okay, a reason that Lady Gara would accept.
Probably.
All right. So probably about 5-10 minutes into it, um, he'll like say, "Hey, I know her," loud enough for Evangeline to hear, and then point at her. Um,
Okay.
and go over like just no formality to it. He just starts walking over towards Evangeline. Um,
I'll pretend to be surprised that I see him here.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Well, she kind of watches. The other three of you, are you with Evangeline right now? Like, did you guys come together and start moving?
I don't remember what we were doing or
I
where
would
we were going. I'm sorry.
assume that you would. This is after taking out the rogues. Basically, I'm just gonna call them rogues. This is after taking out most of the rogues. However, Kosha is still with Lady Gara. Fix
Oh, this
introduced
was in the
himself.
squaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hook up. I remember now. I'll hook up back with them.
Okay, so you're gonna be with Evangeline when.
So I don't
I'm
know how.
following
Yeah.
you.
I don't know that I can explain Kadeth and Seeker
I
and
would
Evangeline.
try to keep
Oh, if
my
you know-
distance.
I was
apart,
following
but
along
in-
the rooftops with the broom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot you had this.
and I would keep my distance so that if something happened, it would not appear that I was with
okay.
Kadeth.
Okay.
Forsyth, of course, has changed shapes, so
He's
if
probably a
something happened-
half-elven female at the moment because
Yeah.
that tends to
if
be his
something
getaway.
happened,
His
I would
getaway
want to
costume.
be
Yeah.
like,
Technically.
oh, have the ability to say, oh, well, I am with Six, because the whole time the whole
Okay.
battle went down, I was kind of behind Six,
You were behind. Yeah.
did not engage in any way.
Right.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
verbally,
And I wasn't
not-
even there.
You weren't.
So yeah,
Okay.
he'd come up
Alright.
to Evangeline and like spend a minute or two like they're talking, and he'd just be like saying random shit just so that it looks like they're actually talking. Like, can you believe she was gonna have us go on a 2-day walk? 2-day walk, like that's just crazy.
long walk.
Yeah. Especially with my little legs. Yeah, so they went to get horses, but they may not have enough for all of us, so we might have to double up. If she doesn't try to kill me for bringing you over. But hey, let's go find out.
All
One
right.
thing at a time.
Yeah. One thing. And so like he heads back with Evangeline and introduces her as an old friend, a fellow tinkerer and expert in curiosities and curios.
Excellent. Yes, please. Join us. Perhaps you can enlighten us with your expertise, knowledge.
But I don't know that the guard is
Nice.
gonna bring enough horses, so can I just ride with you? And he points to Lady Gara.
No, I will
Oh.
on my own horse.
Well, that's
Sorry.
why I asked if I could ride with you. Like that was the whole point.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Wow. He was pretty clear about that.
Just,
And just to follow in with Six so that it does really appear like we would really be close friends, I will just start telling her everything I've learned from my book, Numenera Across the Ages.
Great. She'll probably zone out after a little while.
What is that noise?
That's Chuck. He's on his way home.
Actually, I
Okay.
just got home.
Okay. So that's him getting out of the car and getting his backpack and all of that fun stuff.
I'll mute myself in a second here.
I can mute you real quick. There you go. You're muted. Chuck, unmute yourself when or
When you're ready.
Jody, you let me know when he's ready to be unmuted.
Okay.
That'll be never.
Wow.
Evangeline, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Ten.
Okay. Never mind.
I
However,
didn't warm up my dice.
you will notice, and Fix, you would have noticed this too when you walked up. You will notice that her stature and her movement indicates that she is indeed wearing some kind of armor. It is very form-fitting, and she does have her cloak and tunic and whatnot over top of it. Her outerwear is over top of her. So you are going to notice that she is armored.
Any weapons?
She does not. Wait. She might be carrying a weapon.
Do we need
Oh,
owlbear?
If you want to hop into owlbear, I'll let you in. I don't know if we will need it.
Okay. I'll just have it ready.
Okay.
Better safe than sorry.
She will be. Oh, she does have a short sword.
Okay.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it's a little short.
But
She
I'm
does have a
shy.
short sword.
All
So-
right, I'm a cut up.
Yeah. So that is what you're going to notice about her. She does invite you to come. After a couple of minutes, a guard will come back with 3 horses. Kind of a little startled that there is now Evangeline is now there, and he kind of okay, well, I guess that's how it's gonna be.
What's the third horse for him?
No,
Oh.
but he knew who it was going to be for, but now that's not gonna happen. And so gives the 3 horses to you, and so you guys get the pleasure of riding while everybody else walks.
I'm riding too. They just can't see me.
You're right in the sky.
I'm also riding, sort of.
They see
But
me
I'm doing
riding windy. They see me riding windy.
I'm doing this out of sight of them. If Kadeth was still with or near enough to me, I will invite him to ride along or upon. In other words, I'm going to come in. I'm going to wild shape into a horse.
Of course.
A horse is a horse, of course.
Is he Mr. Ed?
Yep.
Unless he's Mr. Ed.
The famous Mr. Ed. Wait a second. No, I can't do a horse, can I?
You should be able to.
Not necessarily.
No.
What's the
because
challenge
horse-
rating?
It's a challenge rating like 1/8 or something like that, ain't it?
No, it doesn't show up as a beast.
That's unusual.
That's
It certainly
unusual.
is a beast.
Mm,
Mule does, but horse doesn't. That's fun.
Be a
Yeah,
mule.
that's
Be a
good.
mule.
A mule.
Let me
You
see.
know,
Oh no,
match the
war horse.
match the personality. Be a mule.
A riding
horse.
horse.
Yeah.
A
War
riding
horse is a
horse
half.
is 1/4.
yeah, riding
Right,
horse.
Okay, well,
yeah.
But a war horse is 1/4, and I can do that, and that's more powerful.
It is more powerful. How long
Half
is your
of the
wild
people
shape?
we're with are walking.
I think it's 3 hours, but I'm not positive.
Okay.
Should be.
Let
please
me.
don't.
half your level?
Yeah, that would be 3 hours. So let me look under my features. Wild
Chuck
shape, 3
unmuted
hours.
himself. Now he's banging pots and pans.
So that's
It won't be
I've
for
used
very
both
long.
my I've used both my wild shapes. So for the next 3 hours, we'll follow at their speed, but far enough back where they don't see us.
Right. Their speed is still a human walk. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, easy enough to keep up with.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you get the 3 horses. She'll mount one, and she'll offer the other 2 to the 2 of you.
Of course, we could always ride ahead and ambush them. But anyway.
We're just trying to get his girlfriend, right?
Kosha, yes.
To prevent her from spilling the beans.
Yes.
That's all I'm interested in, at least.
She is going to spill the beans. And
Who's-
unfortunately, it's kind of a precarious position right now. Who's-
Looking to the guard that brought the horses, Vix would ask, who was the third horse for?
He will look at Lady Garrow before he answers. And Lady Garrow will give him a little nod. And she will say, it is for... It is for...
The one you can't see.
It is for... Devakri.
Oh.
Devakri.
What was the first 2
The first 2 what?
letters?
Letters.
VA.
Oh, D.
Oh,
D
DA.
as in dog. A.
Devakri.
D-A. V-A-K-R-I. Devakri.
Is that some sort of who, what?
We will be meeting him probably just outside the gate. But he will walk.
Do I detect bullshit in that?
Insight. I have a passive
Insight.
insight of 16. She is talking about the invisible mage, right?
Bullshit detection.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a spell.
Sounds like one.
I'd like to cast detect bullshit, please. 18 on my insight. So, it's specifically we'll be meeting him outside.
Actually, that is pretty accurate. I mean, you do feel like there is more to it, but that he is telling the truth. You're gonna meet him outside, like.
But that doesn't mean he's not walking alongside you anyway.
Yeah.
I see
You're
you,
gonna
Devakri.
see him outside.
So, which of you are a sorcerer?
Which? You talking to the guard still?
Yeah, like to whoever. Like, I'm guessing we're like moving along, and he's just making conversation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can start moving toward the gate. He's like, that would be Devakri, who we're gonna meet outside.
But he was already inside. Somebody was casting. Somebody was casting spells in there.
We're on the BS.
I couldn't see where they were coming from, so I figured somebody was using a silent spell or a sort of ability or something to that effect. Unless, well, if it is Devak, I guess I just didn't see him. Is that what you're saying?
If it was Devakri, it's possible you did not see him.
He looks to Lady Gira like...
She's smiling.
The look of the amount of political side speak and bullshit that I've had to deal with in my family, and you think this guard is going to pull one over?
To be fair, what you introduced yourself as Fix or as
Kofik.
Kofik? Okay.
Kofik.
To be fair, Kofik, my guard does not wish to divulge anything he feels he may not have the right to divulge.
Oh, my BS detector's going off. But
Understood.
then I'm a long way away.
I'm too.
Understood.
You guys will exit the gate, and outside the gate, Rhonda, Seeker, if you're kind of flying still, you're gonna
I
also
am.
see him. The guy that you saw through the invisibility is standing outside the gate, waiting on the party, the entourage. And you will see him now, too, as well, Fix.
Mhm.
As will Kadeth and Forsyth. As you leave the gate, you're going to see that they have added another member to their party who is dressed in robes. And he kind of looks at Lady Gira as you exit, and he approaches.
He kind of resembles that shape of magic that you saw.
Yeah, that shape of magic. And he approaches Lady Gira, and he says, Lady Gira, says, are you ready to depart? And she says, I am. And we have guests. Devakri. Sorry. Our guests shall be using your horse. He's like, understood. Then he walks back and joins kind of behind you guys.
As we're introduced, Kofik would kind of bow his head and be like, nice to put a face to the magic.
He'll smile.
And
So-
and he'll give the look of, yes, I stole your horse. Deal with it.
Deal with it. He takes
What does
it in
that look
stride.
like?
It's a very
What does
complex
that book
look.
look like?
It's a very complex look.
Oh, okay.
It has a bit of a wink and a shrug in it. Like,
Sorry, not sorry.
yeah.
And a little bit of Yo Mama, I guess, in there.
Yup. For good measure.
Yeah.
All right. You guys head on out. You guys on horses. The guard fans out just a little bit more to open up that square to make way for the horses. Traveling kind of off to the side, not directly behind the horses because we know how horses are, is Kosha and the maid and the mage. I hear a fan. Is that a fan that I hear?
Yes, that is coming from
Yes, it is. It's coming from
Rhonda.
I'm going to move up.
This
How
one is
can-
picking up that fan.
How come all of a sudden you can hear a fan?
It sounds like everything
insane.
got louder.
Yeah, everything got loud.
Yeah.
Now it's gone.
She probably turned it off. I'm going to go ahead and close up the distance as though I was part of their group in the first place, with Kadeth on my back, and try to enter as if we were part of the retinue.
You're gonna close in. The two guards in the back will notice you and kind of close you off from entering their little square. They don't mind that you're following per se, because it's a road. People travel on the road.
Right. But we will keep a little closer to them.
Okay.
But not necessarily interfere with the guards, but good time to get them used to the fact that wherever they're going, we're following.
All right. As As you exit the city and you're out in the open plains, Seeker, what are you doing?
They're going inside of a building or just inside of a walled encampment or some kind.
No, they're out in the open field. They're on a road going north through the woods.
I
Are you talking
will
to
go
Chuck?
very, very high because people don't typically look up.
Not
I
typically,
will
no.
go really, really high and kind of out of their view as
you hear
best
me?
I can.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Did you guys hear what I said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, you're flying. Birds flying high.
Yeah.
Because you were
You-
talking
you
and
know
I
what I
didn't know
mean.
who you were talking to.
Yeah.
Seeker?
I
Yes.
can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear him.
Oh.
Okay. That's interesting.
I can't hear Chuck either, but he's muted. I can hear Senior and I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can. And I can hear Joe.
What about me?
Oh, okay.
Did you mute him?
Oh,
Because you may have muted him on like your side of it, or turned him way down.
I do not know what I
Aw.
Aww. If you right click on his name, you'll see user volume. And there should
All
be
the
a
way
slide
up.
bar.
all the way up.
And the mute or mute stuff
Mute
is
is
not,
not on.
checked.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
can't go out and come back in.
Yeah, try that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Did he get? Okay, there he is.
Yeah.
Can you
gonna-
hear me now, Rhonda?
I'm gonna
Nope.
take that as a no.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know either. That is a weird one indeed.
When I'm done downloading Brave, I'll try to get in on my PC again.
Okay.
About 8
Interesting.
seconds.
Huh. That is very interesting. Yes, I was talking to Seeker. And to recap for you, Rhonda, you can still hear me, right? Okay.
Mhm.
To recap for you, he's flying high because, well, people don't look up usually.
Well, you know how I feel. Bird in the sky. You know how I feel.
Yes. He can go twice as high.
It's a new day. It's a new life. It's a new day
I can hear you.
for me.
Oh,
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Well, I'm feeling good now.
Just all of a sudden, it's like, whoa! You just needed to sing to me.
Okay. Now that's the trick in the future.
all right. So you're traveling down the road. It's mid-morning by the time you leave the city, and you're gonna get a good chunk of time in before you break at all. As you travel, all of you roll me perceptions.
Perception
Yeah.
in New York City.
No, it's
New
south
York.
of Weirfall or north of Weirfall.
That would be a 21.
22.
Nice.
19 plus 3.
13.
How long
Oh.
have we been traveling?
I don't know the last one.
Oh, no.
Actually,
Wait, that's a
Uh,
22. 19 plus 3 is a 22.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You've been traveling for about, I don't know, maybe about 2 hours.
Okay. Hold on, and I got to do it as the horse.
Of course.
Of course.
A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Okay, so that's plus 5 for perception. So 17.
Okay. And Kadath, you're muted, so I wouldn't know what you rolled.
I can unmute him now.
Okay.
You are unmuted now.
And I was unmuted.
No, you weren't.
That's what you think.
I
Well,
unmuted
he was
myself.
Okay.
But I don't know if I missed it. How is Seeker flying?
He has a broom.
Oh,
He picked
Okay.
up a broom in
I must have missed that
Shaji.
somehow.
Yeah, a lot of people actually kind of missed that. He did mention
Yeah.
it when you guys got back into Shaji that he pulled out the broom to check it with all the other things. But yes, he has a broom.
Okay.
So he's high in the sky. Okay, so all of you are going to notice that one of the guards walks with a little bit more confidence, per se. He seems to, even though he's dressed exactly the same as the other three guards, one of them is definitely more
Uppity.
skilled, confident, probably even a leader. It was not the one that went and got the horses, though, just so you know. And it's one of the other guards in the back. It's one of the guards in the back. Probably is better than the other guards to some degree, at least. But he looks exactly the same as the other guards, dress-wise, uniform-wise. At this point, you are going to notice, Fix is going to notice, and even though Fix and Seeker rolled the same thing, Fix is actually right next to her. Seeker, you're up in the sky. So Fix, you're going to notice that kind of every now and then when she turns her head a certain way or whatever, you get a little glint like on the back of her neck. It looks like there's some metal that kind of goes up her neck a little bit, just up to maybe the base of her skull. You can see some metal on her neck.
Does it look like
So you know.
normal metal, or does it look like the metal of my tools?
I was gonna say, does it look like Seeker?
It doesn't quite look like the metal of your tools, but it definitely looks like a fine metal, probably of this world.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite obtainium. It's unobtainium.
Let's see how. Yeah, that's a 3. Fix will Fix will be like, "Hey, what's that?"
She will look at you.
Right here. There's something on here, like right here. Is that a bug?
No, that's part of.
Is it a tattoo? Oh,
No.
your armor. Like he knew that she had some sort of armor, but he's gonna like play it off. What? You're not wearing armor. Like, what do you mean?
Nonsense. I always wear armor when I'm not in my keep.
Oh, well, it must be very fitting.
Oh, it is.
Would it be inappropriate if I asked if I could see it? I'm studying the methods of forging, and to forge something that fitting, well, that's quite a feat. And he'll go into like metallurgy and like start a ramble of forging knowledge.
She will say, "Oh, one day perhaps I'll show it to you. Perhaps when we get to the keep. But for me to show it to you now, it would be inappropriate."
Okay, so when we get to the keep, I'll keep that in mind for the keep.
You guys are not riding dirty.
No, we are not riding dirty.
Oh, Cadeth is riding bareback. That's gotta hurt. After
Oh,
2 days worth of however long it would have taken to ride, you know?
Well, I mean, he can only keep it for 3 hours at a time, so.
and now we know why.
It gets to be about noonish,
Mhm.
midday. You do stop. Some rations are kind of handed out. They're offered to you if you would like to have some.
Sure.
Forsyth, your shape is going to drop about this time.
Yeah, but I've went to find a copse of trees to
Okay.
unshape in
Okay.
and indicate to Cadeth to get off my back.
Hit
So-
the road,
Are-
Jack.
Are we actually stopping, like, for any extended period of time?
You will stop for about an hour.
Oh,
It would be equivalent to a short rest.
okay.
I am
So,
doing a short rest.
what sort of rations do they have? Are they just giving out, like, hardtack or something?
No, they're actually passing out some fruit and cheese,
Okay.
as well as a little bit of bread. There's good rations for and some dried meat, but good rations for the 2 days. They don't expect to be on the road long enough for anything to really spoil.
Cool.
And I get my wild shapes back because I'm taking a short rest.
Yep. We can short rest.
I
Get
will
my hit
take
points
that
back,
short
a whole
rest.
2 of them.
I will. Actually, with that, I lose my temporary hit points, I believe.
Oh, they go away on a short rest.
Maybe. I got to double check. It was
Okay,
aid.
double check that. Because some of them go away on a short rest, some of them on a long rest.
Some of them are just plain 8 hours.
Yeah, some of them.
Oh,
are
yeah.
just
No, it's 8 hours. Cool.
All right. All right. So you continue onward for the rest of the evening. Unless somebody wants to stop me, we're gonna just kind of roll this forward. Or if you
gonna
want to
stop you.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will go 3 hours and change, do a horse twice.
Right. Renew your horse. And then you will stop for the evening. The guards do take up watches.
I'll take a
cannot-
watch with the leaderish one.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna take the middle watch.
Okay.
Can I have a pocket watch?
Fix
Nope.
might have an extra one. I don't know.
You can't have my
What?
pocket watches. They're mine.
I'm gonna recommend a cadet that we just watch from a copse of trees.
So,
All right.
and while they're
That they don't notice that we had a horse. That's not a horse.
It's not a horse. I don't know. Would they notice that you have a horse that's not a horse? Yeah, probably. They would notice that you have a horse that's not a horse. Actually rolled really good on that. Seeker, I'm assuming you fly down and maybe join Cadeth and Forsyth for the evening.
Yeah, outside of anybody's sight, of course.
Right. Okay. So you take some watches. Evangeline, were you gonna take a watch or were you just gonna sleep it off?
No, I will take a watch.
Okay. First or last. There's 3 watches happening. The guards are taking watches. The leader is taking the middle watch. Or the better looking guard.
I will
Is-
take a watch.
The handsome guard.
Of Seeker or Six.
Well,
And
you
I
want
will-
to go before him or after him.
Fix is taking the mid watch with the
Mid-watch.
leaderish dude.
I will take the later watch.
Okay. All right. So watches go by smoothly. And whoever's watching in the other group, you will notice that, and Fix, you will notice that in the mid watch, the main guard does glance over at the other three members of your group every so often. He knows, or at least the other two, he knows that something is amiss, but he's not counting it as
Hostile just yet.
hostile or malicious. He's just like, okay, something's going on here.
Just knows
Just
her.
watch it.
And Fix would, just have conversation with him, try to get to know him, his name, like very charismatic, very, you know, very Fix,
Friendly.
very friendly, very charismatic. Every so often he'd be like, well, and that's, 57 minutes down, or 2 hours and 38 minutes, like right on the nose. Like if he does have a pocket watch and everything, and he checks it, he'll notice that Fix is spot on.
Nice. He does find that intriguing, actually. He will let you know his name is Ashuto.
Ashuto. Is he older or younger than the other guards?
It's a little older.
So he'll just call out. He's like, "You're a little bit older. So are you their captain? Are they your subordinates?"
When push comes to shove, they look for me. They look to me for direction, but I do not direct them all the time.
Oh, so it's more authority by aptitude.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
Interesting. Huh. So, what's going on with the girl and the big old fight from the city? That was, I mean, I've seen a lot of crazy things, but that was crazy things. A bear?
Yeah, I don't know how a cave bear got into the city. That is interesting. He kind of takes a glance over at the other group.
Which is why probably shouldn't have gone with a horse.
Well, I did it outside of his sight. I thought they were camping away from them. They're not?
Well, you are, but not far enough to be like
Unseen.
Oh, I'm not going to let them see me. Then
Right,
never
yeah.
mind.
but
I
they
thought we were out of sight.
they see Cadeth and Forsyth though.
Yeah,
they
it's
see
it's.
Well,
and foresight.
They
My-
see
my
Cadet.
thought-
They don't see Foresight.
Well,
Unfortunately, I was
no, we
muted
came
at the
into
time,
it.
or I would have told Forsyth not to change you into horse.
Actually, because we went into the woods, we went into a copse of trees.
yeah.
So while they might have seen Cadeth ride his horse into the trees, they should have no idea what's in those trees.
Did you turn into a horse right away and continue on? So
I always
No.
appeared to them as a horse. I never
Yeah.
appeared to them as Forsyth.
He
Okay.
hides before he has to shift again and all that good stuff.
gotcha. Okay.
He keeps it hidden. But the guard, regardless, if he doesn't see you being among the trees, which is fine, I'm okay with you hiding among the trees. He does know that you wandered off that direction, and that's the direction he's gonna look.
Right. So he would have seen Cadeth on a horse. So
Right.
he thinks of one person on one horse.
Doesn't matter what he thinks he sees. Neither. I think the point is that he's pretty sure
Something's
somebody's
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
something's up.
But he had
Yeah,
no
but I
idea.
won't let him see me then.
Okay.
Okay. Then yeah, I would just have polite conversation, offer him some trail mix or whatever, talk about foraging and metals and all the that stuff, just to see, kind of get him to relax a little bit around me.
All right. When you mention the girl who is sleeping by the maid at the moment, he'll say, "Yeah, she is. It is good that she was removed from that. She's too young to be in that. And my lady fancies her."
Oh. Like fancies, or just what do you mean by fancies?
Likes her.
Oh, okay.
Wants to take her in.
Oh, okay. So she has her favor.
Aid her.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. She just seems like a street urchin. What's so special about her?
That I could not tell you.
Hmm. Interesting. He'll go into some story about his childhood, or sometime that his brothers tormented him or something like that, just to throw him off the, like, thinking, why is this guy asking and then what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, you will distract him a little bit with that. Watch goes by peaceful. Third watch comes up. You will wake another guard. Evangeline will get woke up.
I'll go wake up
And,
Evangeline.
Yeah. And you'll have the third watch. She's engaged in grandbabies, probably.
She's not gonna see anything on watch if she's this distracted.
I know, right? She sees nothing.
Sorry.
Is there anything you wanted to do during watch? I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, my third watch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
I will
or
just
watch.
keep watch, and I will pull out one of my little toy things that came out of the city, and I will
Yeah.
see if I can start cleaning it up
Okay.
and refurbishing it.
All right. Yeah. You can start doing that for sure. All right. So morning breaks. Camp wakes up. Breakfast is made and given. Also offered to the two of you. And you begin on your journey again. It is about halfway through the day. You'll break again for another short rest. So however you have to work your wild shapes. And then as the sun is setting is when you will actually reach the keep.
Such a beautiful home you have.
Is it more than 6 hours of a ride?
Well,
No.
If they have a short rest, it's not a problem.
Yeah. There will be a short rest in the middle of the day.
Okay. Just making sure.
Because that'll give me technically 4 wild shapes for the
Right.
trip. 4
Okay.
3-hour blocks.
Okay.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, trust me, I'm keeping track of that.
That's I would have suggested originally just going and getting horses instead of relying on that, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's working. Now you don't have to worry about having
Save
horses.
some money. Or we can always steal their horses later.
There you go. So you come to the house. She says, yes, I do very much like my keep. You will see that it is indeed a beautiful estate. It is probably, there's some metal, there's some stonework that is very, that's carved intricately. It looks like the main gate is a very heavy wood reinforced by steel and iron.
The stonework.
And
Sorry,
some,
go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. The main keep, that's the outer wall. You can see that. The main keep towers above, and it does appear to be marble. And it's just magnificent to look at, even as the sun is setting in the evening glow. And you imagine it's just as magnificent in the moonlight or in the middle of the day. It's going to look different. The way it's cut and put together at each time of the day, it does put off a little bit of a different hue.
Okay. The stonework, is it dwarven?
Looking at it, it's very finely It could very well have been dwarven.
Okay.
It is a very good masonry job.
Then he'll comment on it and say, him being a dwarf, he'd be like, "Looks like it may even be dwarvish."
He says, "Yeah. Most of this was, all of the wall, was done by the dwarves on the northern side of the Black Riage. Most of the stone probably came from there too."
Well, when you want something done, you know how to do it right.
Exactly. Why suffer for second best?
Oh.
Come.
No, he'll hop off and follow.
And guards will take the horses. As you're getting ready to go into the keep, the door's open, of course, for her. And you walk in with the horses into the keep. You hop off in the courtyard. A guard will take all 3 of the horses off to the side, probably to a stable, you're assuming is over there. You will, as you look around, you do notice that there's at least 3 more guards on the wall itself. And you do see a guard stationed by the main door of the keep itself. And she will lead you to the main keep. The other 3 of you, Seeker, I know you're flying high. You see all of this from a bird's eye view. And you can see the layout of the courtyard. They are indeed leading them to a stable that's just not visible from the main gate, that you can see from above. You can see that the towers themselves, and all of you on the ground, are very tall. They do rise up to probably about 4 stories or so. It is laid out to have a main hall in the center, which is probably the back half of which is probably like a throne room. The front part, maybe the front quarter of it, is probably where all of the wings and stuff to get to the various towers and things, that's where all of that branches off of. Forsyth and Seeker, you're riding up. You see this group enter the keep. Do you pass on by? Do you stop? What do you do?
Pass on by.
I'm going to pass on. Well, I'm just going to stay in the air.
Right. All right. So the 2 of you pass on by.
Yeah, Cadet and I will pass on by.
Okay. All right. So you pass on by and go to kind of the next set of woods, which is not too terrible far away. She does have about 60 feet cleared around her keep for the walls, so that, line of sight and things like that. There is 60 feet cleared around it, before you hit woods again. But you can pass on by, go another 60, 80 feet, and duck into the woods.
Okay, I will unshift at that point. What time of day is this?
The sun is setting.
Okay.
Do I know where Forsyth is?
Yeah, you watched Cadet and Forsyth go on more further
I
along
fly
and
down.
kind of tuck into the woods.
I take a very roundabout, very super high aerial route to them. And when I get to them, I was like, what is our game plan here? What are we doing?
We don't know yet.
I think at the moment, just waiting and watching.
Fine.
Information gathering until we determine what to do with the information.
Well, and we have 2 of our company that are already in there, so I'm waiting for word from them or some kind of signal.
I'll make camp then.
I'm sure they know where we are.
I think Fix knows that you guys were following them. I don't know that he knows where you guys went to, since they went into the courtyard before you guys passed.
Right. But
you
you know we're
can
out here somewhere.
figure- Yeah, you can figure they didn't go far.
I'm gonna cast detect magic now that we're inside.
Okay. You cast detect magic. You are going to see an abjuration on the keep's doors. And of course, the guards' swords are glowing. She is glowing.
She is just glowing.
Yeah, she's just
Okay.
glowing. Yeah. She's not under it. You don't see illusionary magic on her, but she is glowing. She's got other magics on
Yeah.
about her person.
She's got magic on.
And then, of course, the regular, what you would expect from yourself and Fix. Of course, the mage is also glowing. And Lady Gera is leading you in to the main hall.
Mm-hmm.
She passes through that abjuration. The two of you, the mage is following, her maid is following. The two of you, she has invited you in. I'm assuming you're following.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
All right, you guys follow. You feel a tingle when you go through the door, but there is no effect for either of you.
So, Lady Gira, what exactly would have happened had you not invited us in and we walked through that?
Oh, you still could have come in. I mean, the only thing those doors do is drop any kind of illusion or shift, or I want to see who I'm talking to.
Shift, you say? Interesting. That, huh? What's that?
Come. She will lead you in.
He'll follow.
She's like, it's dinner. We can talk over dinner.
Dinner sounds delightful.
So you walk into the hall, which does look like it would function as a throne room, grand hall, ballroom. It's like the great hall that would function for multiple purposes. There is a table laid out. There is place settings. There appears to be enough for Lady Gera, and the two of you, and the mage. So there's 4.
Okay.
She motions you to sit. She sits, and people will come out with plates and such and start to serve you dinner.
What are we having?
Gosh, you're gonna make me sick. You are having quail.
None of
You're
this.
gonna have
You're having none of this.
You are having a hero's feast. Oh.
quail and mashed potatoes and
We're having
veggies.
dry rations.
and and some fruits, some cooked apples, and you're having a fine feast. It's not a hero's feast, but it is a fine feast.
Okay. He'll eat, make small talk. He seems very interested in her armor.
Just like, perhaps after dinner.
Evangeline's just staring at her.
And no, when he says he's interested in the armor, the actual armor, not hey, I want to see you in your skivvies. It's more like this is this is a fascinating idea, and if there's any more to it, it is not apparent.
Yeah. No.
Mommy and Daddy?
She is very adamant that you will see the armor once she has an opportunity to change her clothes.
Okay.
Hello. Then he'll make small talk. Ask her what did she do to piss off the bear? Did you
I
try
did
to steal
not.
a cub or something?
The bear didn't attack me. The bear
Oh.
attacked the other group. Now, granted, they did travel with me. I don't know what they did to make a bear mad.
Oh. They did seem like a pretty unsavory bunch.
Well, that they were. But it was the easiest way to acquire the young girl.
What is so fascinating about the young girl? She seems like just another urchin.
She has qualities that remind me of myself.
See? Urchin.
Sea urchin in the water.
Interesting. That is quite a an undertaking for simple nostalgia.
Yes, well, I have never married and I do not have children of my own. It's time.
If you were seeing her as a daughter, why was she back with the unsavory ones and not up with you and your retinue?
She found it more comfortable to travel among those that she knew.
Oh. Well, then
Of course, a bear attack, and well, now she travels with me.
Yeah. So the bear seems to have done you a favor.
Seems to have.
Barely.
Oh, Lord.
A dump cha. Man, I hear that fan again. Is your No, don't ask me.
I have not moved. The fan has not moved. The speed limit has not changed.
And now it's gone.
Yep.
So weird.
It's a rotating fan. So the sound changes. The aspect ratio.
Not that
changes.
slowly.
It is a rotating fan, however, it is not rotating.
So
weird.
it gets around, but it doesn't.
Mm.
Alright. Oh no, I can see this going downhill very rapidly.
Ain't technology grand?
That it
Or at
is.
least half
Technology
grand.
is fantastic.
It's something.
Technology would. I tell you. Oh my goodness. All right. So you're sitting at the table with just the four of you. You have dinner. Good conversation. After dinner, she will excuse herself.
Oh, excuse me.
And she will disappear for a while. So the two of you are there with the mage. Seems like servants are kind of cleaning up a little bit, clearing the table, passing out wine if you want some wine or whatever.
He looks to the mage and he's like, "So Devakri, right?
Yes.
What is your thoughts on the bear? I heard you casting some spells, but I didn't see the bear casting spells. And what's your take on things?
And yet he did.
I'm still processing that.
Don't hurt yourself.
Doesn't hurt.
Evangeline
We've
giggled.
been traveling for 2 days.
Look, if you want my opinion,
Well, that's what I asked for. Yes.
the bear was not there by accident.
Do you think
It
the
was
girl
targeted.
arranged it?
I seriously doubt that.
Hmm.
However, there was another that I do believe was casting the spells. Could the bear have come from him? Possibly.
Huh. Which other are you speaking of that was casting spells?
Well, he's kind of hard to miss.
Oh, the big guy.
A big
Yes,
guy.
the
Oh,
big guy.
yeah, he was pretty tall. You don't typically see brutes of that size casting spells.
No,
They
which is
typically have your
why
stature.
I'm still processing. Thank you for the slight.
It wasn't a slight.
Undermined.
It was the truth. I mean, or my stature. I'm this armor is pretty, but it's a pain to carry.
He's in no position to call anybody short.
I didn't say short. I said stature. And he goes over, he like elbows Evangeline like
How to be upstanding.
Yes. Well, there was a lot of magic to come from one person, so why I'm still processing this.
understand. If you come to any revelations, I'd love to hear about them.
Yes. Well, when I come to one, I'll let you know.
Though you should probably let Lady Gira know first.
Oh, I probably will.
Probably. Okay.
I keep a lot of things. I'll let
Pretty
Lady Gira know what she needs.
Pretty impressive bear to get inside a city like that.
Yes.
Well, have you ever
Which
tried to
is-
stop a bear? I think it could have just ran right in and most people would run to the side.
True, but we would have heard way more screaming before it showed up where it did.
Perhaps.
It must have gotten off of a ship somewhere.
Was there a circus in town?
Not that I'm aware of.
A 5-person circus.
A 5-person circus. The clown car came in.
In more ways than one.
Okay, so let's assume that it was targeted. What would be the point? It didn't seem to
Well,
be going after Lady Gira, and she doesn't feel threatened by it.
No, it was not. I can only assume it was the rogues that were targeted.
Ah, he did wipe them out. I think only one of them survived?
Yes.
Besides the girl.
Oh, was there one besides the girl? Oh, then he would have said two of them. He would have lumped her in with the
Yeah.
rogues.
One of them ran away, and then the girl he snatched.
Yeah. So did you
Basically.
ever retrieve the one that fled?
No,
Ah. So you still owed them money, I guess.
I mean, if Lady Gira owed them money, they will come to our door. I'm not gonna.
No need
chase
to make
them
it
down
easy.
to give
Oh,
them
absolutely.
money.
No, absolutely not.
Wait, I forgot to pay you. No, no.
Well, he'll just go to like start ignoring him and go to eating, like waiting for him to leave, essentially.
Yeah. Well, he's hanging out there for some time. It's probably a good half an hour, maybe even 40 minutes, when Lady Giro comes back in. She comes back in in a totally different dress, more form-fitting. Yeah, she looks like she lost a few pounds. And she has a servant following her in with her armor. And she's like, Kofik, if you would like to see the armor.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have a workbench?
Not here in the castle, no.
Oh,
We don't
Table.
forge. I pay for somebody to forge my things.
that's a waste of money.
Clear the
President
table.
Real.
Like that's what he will do. He
I
will
don't
like
want to forge.
he'll like stand up on the stools or on the chairs or whatever and start clearing an area on the table, and then take it and lay it out and start inspecting it. And you see him pull out his tools, and start inspecting it, taking the little hammer and tinking it on it, listening to the sound. Brings out some ancient like calipers and starts measuring,
Alright.
trying to
You
figure
do all
out
of
the
this.
secrets.
All right.
Evangeline
roll me
leans
your
over and
forging
watches
skill.
and says, "Nice tools."
They're amazing, aren't they? You should get you a set.
You should get a set.
26.
26. Holy crap! All right, you get a excellent set of measurements and whatnot. You can see that it's all crafted out of one piece of material that has actually been hammered and heated and hammered and heated to get the exact shape. And you can tell that this has been worked on extensively, probably a good 5 years or so, just by looking at the metal. Like, it took a long time to get this like perfect. Now they're all in trouble if she decides to gain weight or
Can I Arcana check it?
you can Arcana check it.
So
The one thing that you do notice while you're messing with this, and you can go ahead and Arcana check it, is that there is no piece that goes up the neck.
where's the rest of it?
23.
23. This is a very fine set of armor. You are looking at it. This has some magic to it. Probably protective magic, as armor usually is. She will look at you and the rest of it.
Well, yes, the piece that I saw went up your neck. This doesn't go up the neck. It stops right here, and he like points to where it would end on her. It actually goes around behind her and kind of points it like it would end there. It's not going to go all the way up where I saw it. So either there's another piece to the armor, or what I saw wasn't the armor, and you just told me that it was armor, so that it would throw me off and get me interested in the armor. And then I would ask you about the little thing on your neck. So what?
She's laughing.
Where's the thing on your neck?
She finds your company funny. She takes her hair and she pulls it because it was down. She's got long, dark hair. She pulls it, and you see that it's still on her neck, and it's hiding down into her gown.
Oh, may I?
I mean, you can touch it; it won't come off.
Oh, I wasn't going to try to take it off, but he'll pull a
Evangeline
stool
will
over.
follow him around and look. She's
Yeah.
very interested.
He'll grab a chair and pull it over so that he can stand on it, and he just kind of like hops on it like it was nothing. And he'll cast his mage hand, and like his mage hand is grabbing tools for him, and he'll inspect. He'll even like pull down her gown a little bit to see the full picture of whatever it is.
Okay. It disappears down into her gown. There's no way you're going to see the other side of it. But unless you want to undress her, in which case, there might be problems.
We can broach that subject later.
But you're going to see that it almost looks like, as you're getting a closer look to it, it almost looks like a centipede of sorts. It's got several plates kind of going up along the spine that you can see, and little hooks that kind of go out and around that seem to go into her skin. Eventually,
ask
roll
her.
me a Numenera.
Okay.
Numa.
Numa Mama. Numa
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 Numa.
Mama. Numa Numa Mama.
Oh, what do I add to it?
It is your Arcana. You just roll it with advantage.
Okay. Cool. 27.
27. You will see this, and you will instantly know this is an iron flesh. This is something that is permanently attached to her until she decides to disengage from it, basically.
And there were different levels of iron flesh, right?
No, all iron flesh kind of adhere to the skin in some manner.
Right, but there was different potencies.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's still like common, uncommon, rare, and yeah, they can range just like any other magical item on how strong they actually are. You will recognize this as a Numenera for the spine. And you rolled a 27. This looks like it would give, from what you gather, this looks like it would give additional bonuses to her AC and provide extra support when she needed to do something of a physical feat. It is a spine.
So
I will say to her, oh, you got an extra backbone.
She wiggles. She chuckles. It's like that I do.
would Fix not necessarily know the details of it, but would he recognize it as Numenera and Iron Skin? I know we've encountered it a couple times.
You've encountered some iron flesh and Numenera. Yeah, you could put that together. You wouldn't know exactly what it does, but yeah, it's definitely an iron flesh of some kind,
Yeah.
It's definitely attached to her.
To her flesh, yeah.
Yeah.
He would just kind of admire it for a bit, and then
I can see again.
How
Ask
far
her-
down does it go?
her whole spine, I'm guessing.
Does it go
Yeah.
all the way down?
As far as you can see, do you ask?
I ask.
Okay. She will point down to her buttocks.
Was it painful?
Well, of course. Anything that attaches to your skin is going to be painful at first. It's not painful now.
What's it made out? Like, out of character. What is it made out of? Is it that special metal?
It is a similar metal. You don't think it's obtanium exactly, but it does seem like it would be a similar strong metal. Mithril is
Resistant
not the
to
one I'm looking for.
rust?
Like adamantine kind of metal. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is quite impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been complimented on my spine before, but I'll take it.
Well, he kind of smirks and he's like, "Well, I figured everyone's complimented you on everything else. I might as well compliment you on your spine."
Yeah.
And it is connected to your butt.
It is connected to your butt. And he likes. Never mind.
That's what I was getting at.
I guess I got to come up with a thing for Fix. Browning it was married women. What's it gonna be for Fix?
What's it gonna be for Fix?
Women with nice spines.
Yeah,
Spine.
iron flesh.
You got a nice spine. Oh man.
Even
Okay.
Evangeline is finding her extremely intriguing.
She is intriguing. Oddly intriguing. A little mesmerizing. She says, so, you are welcome to stay here, of course. I invited you to my keep. Let me show you to your quarters.
Why, thank you. He'll hop off the chair. Just kind of.
She will.
And he'll offer his arm again, like he did in the city.
She'll take it. And you'll walk through the keep. You kind of go into the east wing, and you go up a set of stairs. There are several doors up here. She's like, these are the guest quarters. This is the guest wing. She will go to a door, like the second door on the right. She will open it up, and she will say, this room is for either one of you, and the next room down the hall, also on the right, is set up for the other. Take whichever you choose.
Well, thank you. He'll bid her good night if she's headed, going, and we'll start comparing notes on the spine with Evangeline, like right when as she's walking away, he'll start talking about it and go into one room as to discuss that further. As soon as he shuts the door, as soon as he feels like she's out of earshot, he's like, and what the fuck are we gonna do?
First off, we're gonna detect magic.
It's a good call. You've cast detect magic. You actually do not see anything in this room, other than what's on your persons.
And I'm gonna do a see invisibility.
You would have caught that in your detect magic, but you don't also see anything invisible.
Just to make sure.
We're gonna check, we're gonna double check, we're gonna triple check.
Well, I don't believe those people in Saji were magical. But you could only see them with the invisibility.
That's true. That's because they were ethereal.
Yeah. All right.
And this is new to Evangeline, so she's like...
Take a cue from Seeker, I get it.
She's remembering what Seeker did. And I'm going to look out I'm going to assume that there's windows. Do they open? Okay, I'm going to look out the window and I'm going to survey.
Okay. You're on the second floor. You see that this keep is rather large. There is lots of room. There is a good chunk between the keep and the wall. You can tell that the wall, you're guesstimating 60, 70 feet from the wall is the edge of the forest. So there's definitely good vantage from the wall, from the high towers of the keep, to see all around it. It's very defensible. Are you looking for anything in specific? Or are you going to do anything in specific?
I'm looking to see if there's definitely any guards. Is it dark out? Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it is dark at this time. You are human, so you do not have dark vision. Okay. It is dark out. I mean, there's moonlight, but...
Is there any paper or pen in the room? Like a desk that has writing paper?
Yep.
And Fix would take a look out as well, since he does have dark vision.
Just jot a simple note, and I'm going to attach it to a bolt.
Okay.
And I want to shoot it over the wall. A simple note's just going to say, wherever the bolt lands, straight to the keep, second floor window, open.
Okay.
I don't know whether anybody will see it or not, but I'm assuming that they're looking for signs. That's what Evangeline is assuming.
I'm assuming that too. Fix, you're looking out. You do see some guards kind of just patrolling the area, just an average patrol. And with your aid, Evangeline's going to be able to get off a shot unseen, because you can see kind of where the guards are and okay, shoot now kind of thing. So you believe you got it off unseen. We lost Seeker again. Forsyth and Kadeth. You are out in the woods. It is dark. You're taking a moment. I imagine you're kind of walking around the area, seeing if you can get eyes on or waiting for signs of
Yeah.
Vix or Evangeline.
We had a discussion about other options, but decided against them.
Yeah, so we're just kind of watching. I do
Well,
have.
how's
I
my
can see.
Did my construct follow me still?
Your construct
Yeah.
will follow you unless you
Okay.
tell it to do something otherwise.
And they wouldn't have told her to. Yeah, I don't think they tell her to do something with it. So yeah.
Nope, the construct is with you. Probably in that room.
I go at-
with everything else.
I'm gonna have my construct stand in front of the open window.
Okay. All right. Anybody in the woods, Seeker, Kadeth, or Forsyth, all of you, or one of you can roll with advantage because you're aiding each other. I don't care. But roll me perceptions.
16.
16.
11 with
11.
advantage. 12, sorry, 12.
12. Okay. All right.
Holy crap, my perception's 4, not 3. So 13.
Okay.
I thought it was
Slowly
3 for some reason.
working
I'm
its way
gonna-
up there ever so slowly.
Cut me a break. It's been 2 rough days.
Oh, there we go.
No, I said cut me a break. It's been 2 rough days.
Yes. It's going to be a week of Mondays for most people, I feel. So, with your 13, you and your military
14.
background,
14.
See, I told you, it's creeping up there ever so slowly.
Well, I had a 16, so
Yes, you got a 16. Seeker, with your military background, you can see that this is definitely a very defensible fort. Approaching it on foot, you probably will be seen. And there's patrols. You just know. I mean, even though you might not be able to see them all the time, every now and then they glint in the moonlight or whatever. You know that there's patrols.
dancing
Cool.
in the light.
Forsyth, with your 16, as you're kind of looking about, you are going to see a little bit of a ribbon kind of catches the moonlight as it flies out of the keep and kind of lands near the forest. It didn't quite hit the forest. It didn't get that far. But it's about 5 feet from the forest edge or so, somewhere between 5 and 10 feet. Odd. It seems to have been shot out of the keep. You're not really sure what that was, but being that you're waiting on something,
I shot
I'd
an arrow
assume.
into the air. It fell to earth. I know not where.
yep, somebody did.
So Forsyth saw that, but not Seeker.
Right. Forsyth
Okay.
saw that. He caught that.
I will point it out.
Okay. You
We
guys
have
know that-
oddities going on here. If it's odd, it must be Evangeline. I mean,
I will go up really high and then go towards the keep to try to get a closer look, but from above, not coming at it. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Taking the bird's eye view.
Yeah, and then
I
come
presume
down.
I was able to rest for a while in the woods.
Yes.
Well, since nobody else went and picked up the arrow, I'll go pick it up
Okay.
once it gets pointed out to me.
Okay.
Go and make sense of things, why don't you?
I know, right? How dare you be the logical one? Roll me a stealth, because I'm sure you're not just chalantly like going, "Hi guys, I'm just here to pick up this arrow."
Wow.
That's why I didn't go for it, because my stealth sucks. So I'm
15.
gonna try to get closer and look.
Disadvantage.
Wow.
All right. You go out there. You kind of look around. At Goliath, do you have dark? You do not have dark vision, right?
Me?
Right.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah. One of my Eldritch invocations.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Okay. So, yeah, you kind of look around. You kind of watch the patrol as you hit the edge of the forest as best as you can. You make out kind of a time where their backs will be turned. And you kind of sneak out, grab it, come back into the forest slowly enough not to draw attention. And you manage to be able to do it with a 16 or 15. No problem. Seeker from above, you kind of see what you saw in the daylight, but there are definitely patrols moving about, as far as you can tell.
Are any of
And
them looking up?
none of them are looking up. They're not expecting anything from above. You could
That's what
easily
I
land
thought.
on a roof if you want.
I am the Spanish Inquisition, and I will get closer.
Nobody
I want to
is-
see what I can
Nobody
see.
expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Everybody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
All right. Nobody's looking up. You're able to float down pretty closely, especially if you stay over the main part of the keep and not get near
I
the
do.
walls.
Yeah, I do.
You could go all the way down and probably land on a roof if you wanted to, just to kind of keep an eye out.
I don't want to land on the roof. I just want to see if I can glean anything further.
Okay. You're not really gleaning anything further. It doesn't appear that there's any access from the roof. You would have to, to get into the keep, you would have to scale down and go into a window or come in from the floor. There's no real access points on the roof. And there is, oh, thank you. And from the roof, you're not really, you're able to see a little bit more of the patrols having come down. And you can see that they are fairly routine. Given your military background and the way the patrols are moving, you probably could figure out how to judge the patrols to kind of fall between the patrols.
I will take time to get that, because I'm sure, get that timing down, because I'm sure it'll come in handy at another time. At that point, I'm going to do, what is it, sending?
You can, if you have sending or message, it depends on what
Message,
I don't,
that's the one.
Message
okay. I was
is
like, I
fairly
don't know which one you have.
message is only like 120 feet, so keep that in mind.
Oh, I thought it
That's
was
why
like
I'm
1 mile.
coming. That's why I'm coming down. But sending is the 3rd level, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell.
And it's a cleric.
It is Bard, Cleric, Wizard, Peace
Okay.
Domain, or the Great Old One.
All right, so I'm going to cast message to Evangeline, and I'm going to and what I'm going to say, what the hell are we doing now? This is annoying. Kofik seems to be having a good time. I am bored.
I am coming from the military.
I was 21.
Give me action or give me death. Evangeline, you're going to be able to hear this because he knows about where the arrow landed because Forsyth pointed it out. So he's going to be able to judge close enough that he can get that message to you.
I'm going to respond. I have no idea.
Talk to Kofik.
Up to Kofik.
I will tell him. I've no idea. This is Forsything to death. However, this chick has iron flesh going down her spine. Look for the window with my construct in it.
How many words was that?
Yeah, that's what I was going towards. I didn't make that more clear, I guess.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll ask. That's 25. Okay.
It should have been between 15 and 20.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh, I thought it was
25.
25. Whatever. Okay, sure.
That's okay.
So-
you can do 25.
Right, 25's your max.
Okay. So I will go and find Forsyth and tell him that everybody seems to have their head up their ass. Nobody knows what we're doing. Can you please make a decision as to what's supposed to be done? Do we ventilate her head? Do we pull her out of there? Come on. That's what Seeker says to you, Kofi. Forsyth, that guy.
That guy.
Well,
I'm going to turn around and look at Six.
Oh.
I'm going to tell him
I don't know what to do.
I talked to Seeker. We need a plan.
Well, I have a plan.
What is your plan besides talking to this chick?
Who, Lady Gira?
Yes.
Well, I was just talking to her so we could get in here so that we can get to Kosha and then we can get her out of here. Because right now she's afraid for her life from Lady Gira, and if she doesn't divulge the information that Cadet doesn't want divulged, then Lady Gira is going to kill her, and then that means that Forsyth can't see his girlfriend again, and he'll be very mad and sad, and he'll probably cry, and that means that Lady Gira was going to get the...
Evangeline's eyes are rolling, and she was like, so we just need to get her out of this place.
Well, I think it'll be more difficult than that, but yeah, because these people seem better at killing than the urchins did, and I don't want to die. I don't think you want to die, but if you do, let's not do it together.
I didn't even want to be here.
Not do it together.
Be here today.
I'll go look at him and go, Cadet's your sidekick.
Right, but then he made himself known.
Can't you just pray to your God? That seems to be what you guys do.
Well, then my God is probably going to want me to build a catapult and raid this place. Not for the raiding, but for the catapult part.
Oh, yeah.
God doesn't care about these petty squabbles. He cares about the craft. I think that's how God's work anyways. But
I will start muttering in truth. Oh, what have I gotten myself into? Why am I with these people? I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for Numenera.
we found
The
Numenera.
message comes to you, Evangeline.
Okay.
Can you get her to the roof? A roof, any roof, or is she under guard?
I haven't seen her since we got here. I'm not sure where she is. I'm going to have
Can
to go
you see
look for
if
her.
Tofik can get her to a roof?
Tofik, can you get her to a roof?
If they have an easy passage to the roof.
Or
If
a
they
high
have one.
window? Or a high window, and that's all my words that I can do.
I'm going to go over, and I'm going to look out the window.
You see me. I'm up there somewhere.
Are we on the top
You hear
floor?
Second floor.
I know we're on the second floor. Is there more floors above us? I'm looking out the window. I'm looking out the window, and I see Seeker up there somewhere looking at me.
Yeah,
You are-
at
you
an
guys-
upward angle.
You guys are on the second floor. And there is one more floor above you in this wing, on the east wing. So you're in the middle floor. There's 3 floors. So there's a floor between you and the roof.
Man, I need a 3rd level spell slot.
You know, I can always. I'm gonna tell Seeker. I can always take a form of an ape,
Wait.
and she can climb on my back. I can climb down the side of the.
I'm confused now. Is Seeker in the air or is he with Forsyth?
Well, I'm using sending. The range is really big for sending.
Sending or
is
message?
Sending is a
Sending.
single message
Sending is
that's
a
25
single
words.
message.
That's
No,
it.
message.
Message is a single
Message.
message also.
Yes, for 25 words. And I was working on responding to you. Yes, we've been tweaking it a little bit. It's 25 words. And I was just letting 25 words be, okay, once you hit 25 words, that spell is done.
Okay. Well, message doesn't work that way. Anyways.
Sending has a far range. Message is fairly short and requires line of
Message
sight.
is short.
I'm gonna look
Right,
out the
that's
window
why-
and I'm gonna look at Seeker. And I'm gonna
I'm
say,
looking at you.
hold on. Only I'm not gonna yell at her or anything. I mean, give me a minute. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself. I have 1 hour.
You have 1 hour. Okay.
You're not
I am
unhappy?
going to go out. Tell Seeker, let me out. I open the door. I'm going to go out the door. He can go to his room. I'll leave my construct in there. Like he's going to his room. Only I'm going to exit with him. And I am going to see what I can find inside the castle, where I could go, maybe find out where she's at,
All right.
overhear something.
Okay.
I'm going on a gathering mission,
Okay.
and
You're
I have
gonna
to be
search
back
the castle.
in 1 hour.
You have to be back in 1 hour. All right. We are going to take a break. We need to take a bio break because I
What time is it there?
8:17.
8:17.
Okay.
Oh.
So
So I'm 3 hours. No. I'm 2 hours.
where are you?
Hold on. I'm in Chicago.
Oh,
2 hours.
That's
Yes.
Town.
yeah,
hours. Yeah.
it is 10:18 your time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The
it's
computer
11:18
says it's
my
11. I'm
time.
like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's not that late. This computer's smoking crack. Okay. Go
Or
ahead.
you
Sorry.
should be, unless you actually are on. I don't know.
I thought Chicago
No,
was.
you might be
Central
on.
Time.
You might be in my time zone.
You'll have to
No,
look
my
it up.
phone is
I have no
showing.
idea.
My phone's showing the right time. It's 10:17.
Okay.
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 All right. We are going on a short break. We shall return.
Yep.
All right. Scene is swapped. And we're back.
All right. All right. Welcome back.
Is that
Right.
echo for me?
Yes.
Yep. The echo is from you
I don't know how to fix it.
because it wasn't there a minute ago. That was really weird.
Well, I changed platforms because I finally got it working, and now it's an echo. Great.
Well, yeah, and you're also now breaking up a little bit.
All right, going back to the other platform.
Are you talking to Robert again?
Yep.
Oh, for app's sake.
I can't hear him again.
Stay here.
All right.
He'll hear me in a moment. Takes a
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, takes just a little bit of time for it to catch up for some reason. I don't know.
Well, we're
Every-
live.
Every time I go in and turn it down and back up, I can hear him again. Yes,
Odd.
we should go.
Okay. All right. We're good. We've got that taken care of, and we're good. We have Seeker on the roof. Evangeline just told him, hang on a second. And Evangeline went invisible. She's searching for Kosha. Man, why did you guys pick these names?
Well, we just want to make life difficult for you.
Obviously. She is searching for Kofa. Forsyth and Kadeth are still in the forest. Kadeth picked up the note and will read the note. I don't know exactly what you wrote on the note. Evangeline, you can tell him what you wrote on the note.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I wrote on the note, look straight to the keep from the arrow, second floor, open window.
Yeah,
And
I'll
you
look.
should be able to see my construct.
I'll look where she was where she mentioned.
All right. Yep. You see a very familiar construct in that window.
Okay.
So you know where they are.
And I'll just stay in the trees, sitting as still as I can, waiting and watching there.
Okay. Kofik. Well, let's do Lysander first. Lysander, what are you doing? You just
Lysander?
hanging out next to
Any Forsyth?
Forsyth?
Whatever your
Wow.
name is.
Where did that name come from?
About 4
About
years
4
ago.
years ago. Lysander. I did it again. Forsyth. What are you doing at this point? Are you with us? Is he not back?
Is he muted?
He's probably muted.
Well, he might be muted. On
Yes,
this
I was
headset.
muted.
Oh, there you are.
I'm talking to a certain I'm talking to Kadeth, trying to convince him that I still think I should change form and go up into the keep with the rest of them to see what's going on, because all this waiting around is, hey, it's driving me crazy too. Wait, that's short drive.
That's a
How
short drive.
how far away is the castle wall or the keep wall?
The castle wall is about 60 feet away from you.
How far is it from the edge of the trees?
About 60 feet.
Okay.
I got passed without trace.
There's an open field 60 feet between the wall and the trees.
Which means I won't be able to see any magic that's on the wall from here.
Nope, not
How
from there.
how tall is the wall?
The wall itself is about 15 feet.
I'd have to get within 20 feet to be able to detect any magic at the top of the wall even. I want to keep an eye on the pattern of the guards going by
Okay.
and see if there seems to be a moment where that's long enough where none of them are looking, where I could get basically right up at the wall.
All right. Watching the patterns or watching the patrols, you do start to see a pattern. You figure if you moved immediately after a guard passed by, you should be able to hit the wall if you're booking it.
Okay. But we got to be quiet too.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe
Also, force weapons
stealthing
do.
halves your movement speed.
Not only that, I'm at disadvantage to the stealth.
Yeah. So if they were trying to sneak, would they have time to make it? Because it halves your movement speed.
If you sneak, kind of watching the guards, if you did like a move 15 feet, hit the deck, move 15 feet, hit the deck, you might be able to get up there without alerting the guards, especially if you have the pass without a trace, because you won't be leaving any kind of trail.
Actually, okay. What is the moonlight situation like?
Light is it's about a quarter.
Okay, so
Waning
not super
gibbous.
bright.
Waxing gibbous. I don't know what it is.
How much in shadow is this side of the wall?
This side of the wall is not in a whole lot of shadow, which is why you were able to see the arrow.
Okay, bummer.
More
Scrap that
time
plan
for you
then.
rolling.
If you move around a little bit, you know that there's definitely shadow on the other side of the wall.
True, but that's out of sight of the window.
True.
But it would get us up closer to the wall. Okay, I have a way that we can get up to the wall, as if there's a spot around on the other side where it's fully in shadow all the way up to the forest. I have a way we can get up to the wall and not be seen.
Judging by the angle of the moon, you figure there will be a complete shadow on the opposite side of the keep, probably in the next half an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay. How about this, Forsyth? Let's go over to the other side. I can get us up to the wall without being seen if you can make us quieter. And then let me get up to the wall, detect magic, see if there's anything that's going to be a problem. And then you can try and sneak in and get up to that window. Maybe as a small spider or a mouse or something that can climb. A lizard. How's that sound?
Stick your tongue out.
It's better than
That sounds
doing
great.
nothing.
Okay. Then we'll head over to the other side.
Okay.
Once we're over there, I'll make sure I'm far enough back and, not speaking really loud, of course. And cast Summon Fae with
Okay.
a Trixie Fae.
Okay.
So like Faye Dunaway?
Mm-hmm.
She's done away.
Old joke.
If you can give us Pass Without Trace,
Sure.
then as soon as basically it's going to be a little weird, and it's going to take a few, like a full minute for us to get there.
Okay.
But the Fae can fill a 5-foot cube within 5 feet of it with magical darkness. It lasts till the end of its next turn. So
Okay.
we can basically move 5 feet at a time with magical darkness. I'll still be able to see because I can see through magical darkness.
Okay.
That makes
So all
one
we
of
got to
us.
worry about is the sound. But we'll be going really slow and as silently as possible.
Okay.
Slow
And
and
Pass Without
steady
Trace
gets you
just gives us
caught.
a plus 10, right?
Plus 10.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that gives me a 20.
And me an 18. I rolled a 1.
Wow.
That's all right. You got an 18.
I'm in the air.
Yep. You're in the air. You're
And
fine. You're
so-
already up there.
yeah, so I'm assuming it's probably going to take like a full minute, if not longer, to get all the way up there.
Yeah. If you're moving 5 feet at a time, yeah.
But we've got complete darkness, so unless they can see through magical darkness, they're not going to know we're there.
Yeah. And you're in the shadow. So
And I'll
that's-
be
that's-
watching them as they pass to see if they even notice anything.
They don't seem to notice, and you're going to be able to get up to the wall.
As soon as I get up to the wall, detect magic.
Okay. With your
You're
detect
gonna lose
magic.
Pass Without Trace if you do that.
No,
I didn't
Foresight
cast
casts
it,
he
all
did.
that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So detect magic. You might. Is your Fey concentration? You might lose your Fey.
Yes, the Fey is concentration, but
Okay.
we got to the wall, and that was the important part.
Okay. So you got to the wall. You cast detect magic, and you wait for a little bit. You will sense magic on the wall passing by you, and then it's gone.
Okay.
You're figuring it's probably on the patrolman.
Okay. So I'll pass that along to Forsyth and just say, be very careful how you get up to that window.
No problem. I ain't a
Take your
newbie.
time if you have to.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna take that long.
All
And
right.
I'll let him know basically as soon as a guard passes by, so that he
Okay.
can go then.
All right. Okay. In the meantime, during that time that's taking them to get to the wall and whatnot, Evangeline is running through the castle, searching for Kosha. Vic, you watched Evangeline disappear. I'm sure she let you know what she was doing. And leave the room. What are you doing?
Fix will kind of look perplexed as he's ushered off to his room. And he's like, well, I was gonna take you with me, but okay. He doesn't know how close she is. But my understanding was that she just took off. So he's gonna go and head towards Lady Gira's room.
Okay, that's on the west wing.
And if he had to ask a guard or anything, he would. He'd be like, where's Lady Gira's room?
A guard will ask you for what are you do you need to seek an audience with her? I can get her for you.
I'd rather go speak to her in private, and I think that her room's probably the most private room in the castle. So that's where I'd like to go.
Very well. I will escort you. And
Why, thank you. I was hoping you would.
the guard will go with you. And gently rap on the door. And she'll say enter. The guard will look at you and say, wait here. Open the door, close it behind him.
He'll like lean over. Oh, I thought my camera was still on. 1 second.
Nope, it's not.
He'll like lean over into the door, like, and wave at her through the door.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey. There will be a brief exchange. And she's like, you hear her, it's like, okay. And then the guard will open the door and allow you entry. She seems to be ready for bed. She has a robe on. And she's like, what can I do for you, Kofik? Come, sit. And she'll lead you to a couple of chairs that's kind of next to a fireplace. It's dying, but it's still got a little bit of flame.
Okay, a little bit of warmth. He'll smile and look at her and say, "Well, you know, I can't get over Kosha. None of that fits. None of it fits. Like his whole demeanor's changed a bit. It's less playful, more serious. And I want to know what's up. I think it would be important for me to know."
Evangeline, go ahead and roll me an investigation, because you're looking for her. She will respond. She was like, Kosha has a skill set that comes in very handy. And for that skill set, she will have room and board here for as long as she'd have me.
Oh, you mean her skills in espionage and information gathering, or are there other skills?
No, those would be her skills. She kind of looks at you curiously, like.
Those aren't rare skills these days.
True. But she can present herself to be unassuming.
That's not a rare skill either.
Yeah, for some, they draw attention. They draw too much attention.
Oh, I know.
Forsyth, you're changed into a lizard, right? And you're headed up to the window?
No, giant ape.
A giant
Or an ape. No, an ape.
I was like, a giant ape is going to be kind of obvious.
No, an ape's a medium creature.
An ape is, yes.
Yeah, and has 16 strength.
I was like, you ain't running through this castle without being seen if you're a huge creature.
No, just a medium size.
All right, roll me stealth. Evangeline, you wander all over the east wing. You don't find her anywhere. You head to the west wing. You are probably about the 45-minute mark, and you go ahead and start looking through the west wing, listening to doors and such. You did roll a 22, right? I called that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You are going to eventually hear a young female voice in one of the second floor rooms. And in the process of going into that second floor room, you do hear Kofik's voice coming from another room on the second floor.
Okay.
'18 stealth.
Okay. You're going to be able to slip through pretty much unnoticed. You're going to reach the window where the construct is. You're not going to see Evangeline or Fix there at this time.
Okay.
Seeker, from the roof vantage, you do see an ape climb up the wall and go into the room that Evangeline had poked her head out of.
That's normal. That's totally normal.
It's totally normal.
It's an everyday occurrence around here.
Yeah.
Apes, cave bears, you know.
You know, Forsyth can turn into a lot of things, so I don't even question it.
It's like, oh, that must be Forsyth.
Get her
So-
done.
Evangeline, what are you going to do? Seems Kofik is
Is-
in conversation.
Is the room that Kosha's in, that I hear her, is she engaged in conversation with someone?
She does seem to be engaged in conversation. You can't quite make out what she's saying.
I
But she
I
seems-
don't hear the other voice.
You don't really hear the other voice, no. The doors seem to be like opposites of each other. So Kosha's on one side, Fix is having a conversation, which you can kind of hear Lady Gira. She's not quite as loud. You can kind of make her out, so you know that she's there with Fix. And Kosha's in the other room, speaking, but seemingly to nobody.
Once Forsyth starts going, and I see him change into an ape, I'm gonna shake my head because I have no idea why he'd go with something that big
That big.
instead of
Because
something
they gotta
tiny.
carry someone.
Possibly carry someone.
Possibly.
I'm going to wait till the right time with a guard passing and get back to the tree line and go back around to the other side of the building.
Okay. All right.
Got a 20 for my stealth.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can do that. That's a good stealth. All right. Yeah, that's not a problem. You find yourself back into the tree line. You will see the construct. You'll get over there after the ape is probably already in the window. But you might see him in the room, kind of moving about or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and you hunker down and you wait.
Yep, just watching the window.
Okay. Evangeline.
In relationship to our rooms, what room is Kosha in on this wing?
On this wing, she is on the same side of the keep, facing the front of the keep, as you guys are.
Okay. Is she in the... Is she in the proximity of the room where my construct is? If you were there.
Same, because they're on the sides.
Yes,
so this
but
is,
which room?
I think what Evangeline is trying to do is determine which window would be hers.
Right.
oh, which window would be hers?
Yes. but
From walking down the wing, it was the second door on the left in this wing. So it would have been the first room that you guys walked into on the east wing, comparatively from the center of the
so
keep.
basically, she's in the same locale room as my construct is currently standing in.
Yeah. Oscar, what are you doing?
Okay. Is the door locked?
Come lay down. You're gonna try Kosha's door?
I just want to see if it's locked.
It's not locked.
And it opens?
Yeah, it'll open.
I'll push it open.
Okay. You see Kosha turn and look at you, suddenly startled.
Is Evangeline still invisible?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking for.
That's right. You are invisible. No, she'll turn and she'll look startled. She'll look startled regardless, but she's not looking at you, obviously. She's not sure what caused the door to open.
And I don't see anybody else in that room.
You do not see anybody else in that room.
I'm going to whisper. I'm just going to whisper, come.
She will squint her eyes at you, or in your general direction, the direction of the voice.
In your general direction.
Yeah. And She kind of looks. She's like, now? I thought you said in the morning.
Just got real.
I will say now. Evangeline automatically is thinking that she's thinking that I'm the mage.
Okay, where to?
Other wing, east wing.
She kind of gets a little like, what's in the east wing? Kind of. All right. She grabs her cloak or her robe. It's not really her cloak anymore. She grabs a robe, like a night robe. Flips it on her, and it's still dark in color, but it's not her cloak. And she starts to walk out the door.
I will head towards the east wing. But I know I only have minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 10.
Mm-hmm. And she's heading toward the east wing. Vix, you're having a wonderful conversation with Lady Gira as she gets more and more suspicious.
So I'm confused on the amount of time that's lapsed, because you're saying Evangeline's been going for about an hour. Did it take me an hour to find a guard and find her room and just start talking to her for a little bit?
No. Yeah, no. I can't do you all at once.
Right, no, I got that. I'm trying to understand where things are in the order of events. So now...
It probably did take about 20 minutes to find a guard and find her room easily enough.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, you've had maybe a 10-minute conversation or so. So you're about a half an hour into it.
Okay. Then he would say, how much are you paying for her services?
Well, I would have to look at my books. Like, she gets paid room and board, food in her tummy, shelter over her head.
Do you actually give her
Access to
gold
my...
beyond for what your needs are? Do you give her personal gold?
I give her gold when she needs it.
So it's more of a stipend than an actual payment. So you have a slave.
Look at it that way.
You have a slave with promise of room and board and their life.
Who said anything about their life?
Somebody that is well aware of your arrangement. Kosha told him, if Jody doesn't remember.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, gotcha.
She is oathbound.
Why? What does she owe you?
The item of her last procurement is of great value to some, not to all.
Probably of great value to those that she took it from.
Got it.
So?
I need her not be swayed. So she is oathbound.
Not be swayed to not tell you this information?
Not be swayed by prettier things or more money or...
What are you going to do with the information?
She has information as well. Question. She has information as well.
I can't let that information get to you. I'm willing to pay you in favor. I mean, the choice is yours, but one way or another, she's not going to give you that information.
You will pay me in favor.
Yes. To
Get
an
me
extent.
the information.
To an extent.
I could call in your favor. I can forego the information.
And her services?
Well, once the oath is completed, her services are done.
And what is that
she is
oath?
welcome to stay within my...
What are the details of this oath?
She has an item of which I wish to procure.
What is the item?
Of that I am not going to divulge.
I implore you, please reconsider.
I implore you don't push the matter.
As valuable as my favor is, my disfavor is equally as dangerous. Or rather, should I say my mother's?
Lady Trinson. She's a valuable ally to have at court. Look. The information I will not ask for. It is the item that I want.
I have recently been put in a situation where simply handing over items has proven to be unwise. So once again, I implore you to tell me what this item is.
This item is only known for by a few.
And if you tell me, there will only be a few more.
I do not know you.
You need not know me.
The item in question is going to end up in the vault. And in the vault it shall say, I am a collector.
Yes, but once again, I ask, what is this item? I care not where it ends up at this moment until I know what it is. I give you my word that I will treasure this information and keep it safe.
It is a vial. A vial of a particular person's essence.
Do I know this person? Or should I know this person? Or should I know of this person?
I don't believe you know this person. I would not think you know this person, but again, I do not know you.
Perhaps if you tell me their name, I can tell you if I know them or not.
I don't think so.
Pretty please? Listen, I'm going to level with you. I like you. I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. And right now I'm trying to gather information to see if we can avoid such things.
Well, we wish to avoid such things, so let's start at a trust level.
Very well.
I have told you what the item is.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your mother?
He'll give her her name.
Arias Trinson?
Yeah.
She'll look at you. Who is your mother really?
I couldn't tell you. I know not who she is beyond my mother. Which is actually the truth because he never got confirmation of who the hell she was.
That's true. You have a lot of speculation. But you do know she goes by other names.
Mhm.
You do know that.
I am sure that my father calls her many things. Love, baby, darling. I've heard a bunch of them.
I don't need to know pet names.
But as for her name, and names that she goes by, Arias Trinston is the only one known to me.
I know she has dealings elsewhere than in court.
As do you.
True. Fair.
I remember my notes correctly. She doesn't do much at court except for be there.
Yeah.
What? Fix his mother?
No,
Oh,
the lady he's
Kira?
talking
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah.
She's there.
just
She's
there.
not. She's not political in nature.
Mhm.
She's
But
just
she's
conniving.
Always around.
Always around.
So now I have answered your questions and answer mine. And I have answered your questions with 100% truth.
Gonna roll me a deception?
He never deceived her.
You know your mother goes by other names. And you
Ah,
just
but
told her
the only name
the
that he
only name
knows
you
of.
know her by.
Yeah, it's the truth. There's no deceit.
That is pure deceit.
The wording is deceptive, but it is not deceit. All right, deception.
It is intended deception, yes. Whether the wording be true, it is intended deception.
18.
18. Okay, you surpassed her. Says, all right. The person whose blood I hope to contain goes by the name of.
Kadeth. Oh.
His blood wouldn't be there.
He's getting out the bid book, so it's nobody related to us.
I'm getting out the big book.
Everybody's related to us.
Getting out the big book. What the heck?
Somewhere along
That's
the
not
line.
what I was looking for. The name of the blood of whom I should have is Elijah Corin.
Is that Kadeth's buddy there?
Kadeth would recognize the name, but it's not somebody that you met.
Okay. And why is this person important to you? Why do you seek power over them? You don't feed me this I'm a collector bullshit.
No, I am.
Yes, but this
But
is
it
to gain some sort of leverage.
Well, there is truth in that. But the leverage has not yet been determined.
You just want it available.
Yes.
I don't think you should have that leverage.
You don't, huh?
Mhm.
Well, if I do not get it this way, I will get it another.
But it will not involve Kosha.
Well, Kosha's part is done as soon as I have the item. She's already
Exactly
here.
the part that won't happen.
So you
D-
say.
Don't ask me why, but she is important to somebody that I have dealings with. As well, the vial is important to somebody else that I have dealings with.
Well, now you
The enemy
know
of my enemy is
exactly.
my friend. But the friend of my enemy is also my enemy.
Right. Well, then. I'm not even sure that it is his blood that is contained in that vial.
I don't care whose blood it is. You want
Do you
it,
know?
and
Do you know the information that she has?
no. All that I know is it has something to do with the, what is it, the Temple of Balance?
Order of balance.
Order of Balance. That is the extent of it.
So the information that she has is most likely in relation to the vial.
Perhaps. Exactly why I can't just let this happen.
You see her get a little smirk on her face. Well, I must have Kosha in order to break the oath.
Then send for her.
Very well. She will walk over to like the fireplace area and kind of pull a little rope.
A bell.
It's essentially attached to a bell. It's one of those, little
Yeah.
signaling systems.
You right.
Yeah. After a brief moment, somebody will knock on the door. Evangeline, as Kosha is walking out of the west wing and toward the east wing, Evangeline, you will see a servant coming from the upper floor of the east wing to the second floor of the east or west wing. Somebody's called a servant or whatever. That's what you're figuring. They'll pass you. Pay you no mind for sure because you're invisible, and really not paying Kosha any mind either.
Okay. Once they pass, I'm gonna hurry her.
Go.
If I have
Right.
to.
A knock happens on the door. Lady Gira says enter, and the servant enters, and she gives a little bow to Lady Gira, and Lady Gira says, "Please, bring Kosha." And she'll nod. And then you see her pause for a moment, Fix, because she remembers seeing Kosha. It's like, I don't know where she's at. You can kind of see that look in her eyes like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to search this whole place for her.
Why the
And,
concern?
Kosha is no longer in her room.
Oh.
I passed her in the hall. I do not know where she is headed. Lady Gira gets a little kind of a concerned look on her face. Says, find her immediately. Check the kitchens first. And the servant's like, yes, Lady Gira. And she leaves.
Fix will he'll kind of hop up and he'll head out to like the landing or whatever, something, some central area, and he'll actually yell for Kosha. Top of his lungs, like he doesn't care if he's waking people up.
Okay. Kosha is on the east wing.
Come on, do.
I know, right? Just as soon as you.
As soon as I hear Fix's voice, I'm grabbing her by the arm and I'm pushing her into the room.
Okay. Kosha is on the east wing. You've guided her up to the second floor. You hear Fix holler out for Kosha. Forsyth, Seeker, you will also hear Fix holler out for Kosha. Kadeth, you definitely hear Fix's voice. You're not quite sure what he's saying, but you hear his voice. You're just too far away to really make it out, but you're pretty sure that was him.
Okay.
And Kosha is now being dragged into a room, and she's turned around. And
Crazy
she's
lady.
like, I don't. And she seems very like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm being called for this direction. I'm being pulled this direction. I think I need to go this way. But she will allow you to pull her into the room.
Do I see an ape in my room?
You see an ape in your room. That is for sure.
But he's sitting on the bed.
I will
She's
look at
very
the ape and
confused.
go,
Kosha is very confused.
Forsyth?
Thumbs up.
Can you get her out of here?
I point
You
to
get-
my back with both hands. I just point to the shoulders.
She gets very wide-eyed. It's like, I can't leave.
I point
She
to my
looks at
shoulders
the ape.
again.
I
You
can't
can't leave.
leave.
You can't leave the inside or you can't leave the grounds.
Well, okay, technically, I can leave, but if I don't fulfill the oath, I could die.
I'm going to say, what is the oath?
I have to return an item to Lady Guerra.
Where is that item?
People aren't supposed to know about the item.
Everybody knows about the item. Where is it?
How do you say?
You want me to? I'll roll a deception check.
No, she actually is not. She doesn't expect you to deceive her, really. I mean,
Look,
you at this
you're-
point you are visible, by the way.
right. You're
Um,
in big trouble.
She'll reach into her kind of a hidden pocket on her outfit, and she'll pull out a vial. There's red, viscous liquid in it. You're pretty sure it's blood.
I will take it from her and stick it in my pocket.
Uh,
Or I will ask her to give it to me and to stick it. I'm not
she
going to
will not. She will not let go of it. She will not give it up.
You can either play this our way here, or you can complete your task and play it the way of the order of balance,
Well,
where you will go next.
This thing, this vial in my hand. I'm literally holding my life in my hand right now.
I'm guessing when she
Give me-
says oathbound, it's like a magic oath.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. I think Evangeline would realize that.
Yeah.
Not easily broken.
So I really don't want to entrust this to anybody else. Because quite frankly, if it leaves my hand, I can't guarantee it'll get to her hand, in which case the oath will be completed and I will be free.
You will be free from Lady Gareth. You will not be free.
Well, you know what? If it means that I can't just die whenever she decides that this oath needs to be fulfilled immediately, then so be it.
I'm going to go for the long haul. I'm going to walk her to the window. And I'm going to point out there.
But after you see Kosha come to the window and Evangeline with her,
Do I see it?
you will see Evangeline pointing. I mean, at the moment she's not leaning out the window, but
There's someone out there who, if you complete your task in here, is going to kill you out there. We have got to find the way to break this oath without that being your destiny. You are not leaving this keep alive.
then I guess I'll stay in the keep. But you know, look, I don't know how to break the oath other than give her this vial. I have no idea. She can do it. I'm sure she could do it.
We have to convince Lady Gareth to break the oath without giving her the vial. You see that happening?
Do I see that happen? Probably not. But if I give her the vial and then the oath is complete, then you can just take the vial from her. I'll even help you. But my oath will be fulfilled and I won't die on her whim.
I'm going to look at Forsyth and say, we're going to need everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Most
He'll
everybody.
agree with you.
I'm going to ask her if she knows what it is that she has, what blood she has in there.
Yes.
Share. Quickly.
Well, the reason I know is because I had to get it.
I don't need as long stories. I just need you to tell me who. Evangeline's not very charismatic. She gets a little short.
Well, you see, I snuck into the order.
Are you related to Kofax?
I don't know.
Are you related to the Trinstons?
No, not that I'm aware of.
That's the only person I know that has to have a story to answer a question.
All right, fine. I took it from the pool. I took it from the pool. And I know she wants a specific person, but I believe that because I mean he's a priest there, his blood should be in there. I'm assuming that his blood will be in here.
Okay.
Guys,
so
I've got to go.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. We're almost done.
Night, Robert. So you don't even know for sure that it's the proper blood.
No.
What happens if you give her the improper blood?
I don't know. But the oath was to return with a vial of his blood. A vial containing his blood. Not even that it's a vial of his blood, but a vial containing his blood.
Oh my gosh.
So
I need Kenneth.
sorry.
I stick my
So-
head out the window and
I-
I'll yell at Robert or at Seeker. I need Kenneth.
All right. Then that is where we're going to pause. That's where we're going to stop. I wanted to get through that conversation before we stopped. So that is where we're going to stop tonight as you yell at Seeker to find Kadeth. He needs to be in here. So,
I will let Robert know. next
and we'll
week.
let Robert know.
I am definitely emphasizing I need Kenneth. He's the only one I know to ask.
He knows the ins and outs of the order. Most of the ins and outs of the order, anyway. So, that is where we're going to stop for tonight. So, thank you if you were watching and sticking with us. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit your notifications so you know when we're live. And we're still working on that technology thing going on here, so it may look a little weird for a few weeks. Bear with us. And we'll see you next Tuesday.